Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, whichever or wherever part of the world that you're watching this video from. My name is Sifu Wong and bringing you this cryptocurrency video talking about cryptocurrency. All right, we're going to talk about these cryptocurrency topics. There are a few topics that we are going to discuss about today. I'm going to talk about like why should we choose a cryptocurrency to invest, and should we trade right now, how to distinguish trend, and many more interesting topics. Okay, so for those who are watching this live, just say hi to me. At least I know that you are watching live together with me. And for those who are watching this on the replay, please hashtag replay in the comment section. Okay, we're going to start right now, and welcome to our very first crypto talk. Okay, so just let me turn on my phone so that I will see will there be any technical error appearing from the other side of the viewing part. Just give me a second from there. Okay, right here. Okay, for some reason, for those who are watching this, please say hi to me so at least I know that I am live, good and live. Great. Okay, cool. Okay, I can see myself. It should be good. All right, okay, come, let's start this officially. For those who are watching this, please say hi to me. At least I know that you are watching it together with me. Welcome to the very first crypto talk, and my name is Sifu Wong, bringing you this cryptocurrency video. All right, now let us start with these questions. With some frequently asked question out there. Okay, so for those who are watching this from the group, okay, this live stream has been broadcasting live in the Crypto Lab group and also on the Facebook page as well. Now, for those who have been not investing into cryptocurrency or not sure about cryptocurrency, because when you're in the group already, I assume that you already know what is cryptocurrency. So I'm going to skip the topic, what is cryptocurrency, how does it came about, what is the blockchain technology and stuff like that. So I'm going to jump right into like how you can make money from there. Okay, so that is going to be much more interesting, right? So I'm going to talk about some frequently asked questions from some crowd and some students or potential students out there. And I'm talking about like, why should I invest in cryptocurrency? Why cryptocurrency? There's so many things that I can invest on, especially from my friends that I personally know them. They say that, hey, Sifu, you have been investing in cryptocurrency. I saw that you've been posting on your Facebook regularly and talking about cryptocurrency right here. Now, I have been investing in some other commodities like gold or maybe a foreign exchange and stuff like that. What's so different about cryptocurrency? Now, let me just give you some examples right here. Now, if you don't invest in cryptocurrency, what is going to happen? Okay, and if you do invest in cryptocurrency, what is going to happen? Okay, let us talk about this one first. Okay, now let us talk about what happens if you don't invest in cryptocurrency. Okay, because there are some people who are very conservatives in terms of like investment. Okay, so they choose to kind of like save money, okay, save enough funds before they can spot the right investment before they can jump into it. Okay, for example, like property investment, so they might not have enough capital for them to start a huge investment right now, so they might going to go for a saving. Okay, so they put aside a part of their monthly income to just save enough before they can invest into something, let's say property. Okay, for them to start investing in a property, let's say in Malaysia. Right here, I'm from Malaysia. It is a Sunday, great, awesome morning out there. Beautiful sun. I'm going to get some sun later myself as well. And yeah, to start investing here in Malaysia for a property like, let's say, easily it costs you about like what, 600,000 of Malaysian ringgit. Okay, that is just to invest in. But how are we going to make sure that the return of investment is going to be there? Okay, and furthermore, how long should you wait in order for you to get that return of investment? Now, in property, I guess like you need to wait for maybe the first 5 years before it can appreciate in terms of the values. So it might need to take some time before you can get that value appreciation for your investment, right? Now, in cryptocurrency, okay, before I go to that, okay, let us talk about what happens if you don't invest in cryptocurrency first, okay? Let's say you go for savings, right? Everybody knows that we've been facing inflation for all these years, and why inflation's at the very first place. Okay, talk about like in $10, yeah, your currency of $10, okay, whichever currency there is, compared to like 20 years ago and today right now. Okay, 20 years ago, how many items that you can buy by using that $10 note alone. Okay, same goes to us as well. How many items that we Malaysians able to buy using that 10 Malaysian ringgit 20 years back compared to today? How many items that we can buy today by using that 10 Malaysian ringgit dollar? Okay, so there's nothing much, right? So now, if let's say you're opting for saving, okay, you save your money in an account, and every month you just allocate some funds from your income, right, to save the money in the bank, okay, just in case that you would like to use it for emergency purposes, or maybe you wanted to save enough money for you to invest into something later on in the future. But what happened is that when you save in bank, the more you save, the more we are going to lose because of the appreciation or the value of the currency that you're saving in the banks. So even though the banks are giving you like interest rate, maybe like to 2% to 3% maximum, but how much is going to be the inflation rate? Okay, a lot of people, they never thought about this. So the more you save, the lesser you will get at the end of the day. Let's say, for example, that you put like 10,000 Malaysian ringgit, for example, in the bank 20 years back, and it costs like 10,000 Malaysian ringgit back then, but doesn't mean that it will cost you 10,000 ringgit again, still the same by remaining value today. It costs lesser than that because of the inflation rate. So that is also why it explains that people try to diversify their investment into a few different other channels right here. I would say some invest in gold, some invest in stocks, some invest in cryptocurrency. Now, the best thing about this is that technology has been an awesome thing that happens to us. Okay, it's a blessing. Okay, now when you come to technology, then you have that this blockchain technology. That's how cryptocurrency is born. All right, I'm not going to talk about those very new or the latest products of the cryptocurrency that has been evolved to, like in NFT, like metaverse, and so on. I'm not going to talk about that first. Now let's move on to this cryptocurrency. Let's talk about cryptocurrency alone. Okay, now why should I invest in cryptocurrency? Of course, you can read up and you will know, or you should be able to know that why you should invest in cryptocurrency. But for me, let me explain that why I invest in cryptocurrency and why do I do trading in cryptocurrency. Now, when you come to cryptocurrency investment, there are a lot of channels that you can earn from cryptocurrency. Either you bought some coins, you kept it, and you wait for the value to appreciate, then you sold it off to enjoy the profit. That is just one method of it. But I guess that is the in the a general point of view, the people looking at cryptocurrency, it is only that. Okay, but it was not only that. There are so many channels that you can actually earn from cryptocurrency. Now, when you talk about like when you buy a specific coins, like let's say a Bitcoin or Ethereum, XRP, or whatever coin there is, okay, you bought a coin and you kept it, and I believe right now, especially when the trending market is going down right now, a lot of our friends out there are suffering from the bear market. Okay, so what are you going to do when you bought all these coins and the values just drop down like crazy? They depreciate because the market is going down. The market is crashing down. So what are you going to do? Are you going to just bleed over there? Okay, are you just going to keep it without unknowingly when it will goes up again, or whether it will go still lower and you bleed even more? Now, why suffer like that? Okay, now, when you try to invest in cryptocurrency, first thing first, you need to understand in whichever investment there is, first thing first, you need to know that When will I get back my return of investment? How soon can I get back my return of investment, your ROI? Secondly, what should I do? What are the efforts compared to the returns that I'm going to get at the end of the day? And number three, how much should I invest in cryptocurrency? Now, I'm not talking about those other investment like property investment, how much you're going to put in the capital for you to just purchase a property before you can rent it out or maybe enjoy the ROI a few years later. No, this is not going to be that. Cryptocurrency, the best thing about it is going to be, it's going to give you the fastest return of investment, I would say. Now you can see that from the Facebook group itself, how much our students are enjoying from trading cryptocurrency. In within like 24 hours, some of them even achieve like to 1000% of return, 2000 to 4000% of return. And that is massive, ladies and gentlemen. That is seriously massive. Now, just name me any investment that you will be able to get like 4000% of return in less than 24 hours. It's just crazy, right? So, yes, cryptocurrency gives you the ability to earn to that level. Okay. So, it is not me, myself, it is from the students who attended to our course and managed to achieve that. Okay. So, I'm not trying to bluff you on. You can see it for yourself in the Facebook group. Okay. So, everyone has been like enjoying the massive profits. And yeah, they're just sharing their happiness. And we just try to celebrate that together with them. Okay. Now, for those who are watching, just say hi to me. At least I know that you are watching this together with me. Okay, whichever part of the world that you're watching this from, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. It's a beautiful morning here. It's 9 a.m. here in Malaysia. Sunny day. Great. I'm going to get some sun later as well after this. Okay, now, yeah, I think I've answered the questions that why should I invest in cryptocurrency? Because it gives you a very quick return and give you massive return in a very short period of time, rather than as compared to some other forms of investment and also some other forms of ability for you to get this level of return. Okay, so thank you very much for those who are commenting. Hi, good morning, Mr. Ho. Good morning, Charles. Okay, thank you very much for watching. And let's moving on to the next question. Okay, so today, if you have any question at all to ask me about the trending market and stuff like that, so please feel free to drop your questions right here. And also for those who are watching this and a replay, please hashtag replay. You can ask the question as well. I'll try to attend to all the questions that you guys would like to know. I'll answer that to my best ability of my understanding. Okay. Now let's move on. Let's move on. Okay. Some of my friend has been asking me, so okay, I know about a little bit about cryptocurrency, but I heard from my friend that the market is crashing down. Should I invest now? Should we trade now? Should I place my money where the market is going down? Like what I mentioned before, when you come about cryptocurrency investment or trading, there are plenty of ways for you to gain from cryptocurrency market. Okay, one of it, of course, it's by buying it, kept it, and wait for the value to appreciate and sell it off. And that is how you are going to enjoy the profit. That is going to be what we call it as spot trading. Now, spot trading is not the only way to trade or the only way to gain from cryptocurrency. Yesterday, in our closed group, we have been having this discussion about Terra Luna coin, the new Terra Luna coin that has been in the market. And the moment when I look at it, the movement has been like crazily shooting up like a moon. Right? I say that, guys, it is preferably don't invest anything at all in Terra Luna yesterday. And soon enough, okay, without, I think like within minutes of time, you can see that the price of it boom, 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 has been like crashing down. Now imagine you put your sum of hard-earned money into spot trading like that yesterday. Now within a few minutes, the price is like crashing down. So what you're going to do? So ladies and gentlemen, spot trading, buying coins, invest and kept it to wait for the value to appreciate, it's not the only method to invest in cryptocurrency. All right. Now, the best way for me, okay, to gain those massive income from the cryptocurrency, it is going to be trading in derivatives. Okay. Some call it future trading. some call it leverage trading, some call it derivatives trading. So it's the same thing. Now, what do you mean by leverage trading or marginal trading or future trading for some exchange? They call it leverage trading or future trading or derivatives that we are currently trading right now. It's like we don't care whether what happens to the cryptocurrency market. We don't care whether this news has been like coming up from the news saying that this coin will actually shoot up to the moon and stuff like that. We don't care any of those. Okay, we actually ride the trend. Okay, so I call ourselves as trend rider. Whichever directions that the trend is going, whether it goes up or whether it goes down, we don't care. We just ride along with the trend. As the saying goes, trend is the king. Now, even though a lot of people they know that trend is king, but whether are we vigilant enough for us to understand where is the directions that the market is currently moving? Is it going bullish or is it going bearish? How do we determine that? Because I do believe that, yes, I think yesterday I was just posted up one statistic of like the amount of liquidations that happens to Ethereum. Now, out of like I think 53 million people, okay, cost of a dollar in terms of values has been liquidated in less than 24 hours. Now, what does it mean? It just means that people who invested in the trading market of cryptocurrency, they don't really understand what is the directions that it's currently moving right now. So for example, if you kind of like put your funds that expecting that the price is going to go up, then eventually the moment when you try to place your trade, it goes down. So what you're going to do, right? Are you just going to accept that defeat, or are you just going to leverage down? A lot of people they just keep on saying this: buy the dip, buy the dip. But is that the right strategy to go? Okay, so that is why in our MTS course, we call it the Meta Trading Strategy course, we're going to talk about exactly how you're going to define whether the market trend is going to be bullish or is going to be bearish, so that you will know exactly the time when you should place your trade, when you should exit your trade, so that you can enjoy your massive profits from your trades. All right. So should we trade now? If you ask me, this is going to be the best time for you to trade cryptocurrency, to be honest. Right now, as compared to like what maybe a few years back, okay, the movement and also cryptocurrency was not so famous back then, when initially we only have like a few coins for you to play around. But today we have 18,000 of coins and growing for you to choose from. And it's just crazy. Like, let's say today you do not want to trade in Bitcoin, you do not want to trade in Ethereum, those major coins right there. You can trade to like those very funny coins, like what Jasmine, maybe like some other funny coin, TLM or whatsoever. So all these coins like have like a good potential as well if you dive deep in and understand what is going to be the system, what is going to be the ecosystem that backed up the project of the coins. But of course, I'm not going to go details into about the ecosystem of the coin and stuff like that. But to answer the questions that should I invest right now? Okay, should I trade right now? Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you this. This is the best time for you to trade. Now, with that being said, okay, when I say the best time to trade, it doesn't mean that you just throw your money and expect you to collect a return like that, because there are those traders who don't have this patience to wait. You see, they don't want to wait, they just want fast money. Okay, I expect I put my, let's say, my $1,000 into my trade, and I expect that I'm going to get back that return in within like 24 hours. Okay guys, let me tell you, this is not going to happen. Okay, that is the mentality of gambling. Okay, when we place a trade as a trader, we don't gamble. We don't hope to like place a trade and hopefully I will gain from that. No, we don't hope. Whenever we place a trade, we're going to make sure that trade is going to have the highest probability for me to gain from it. All right, let me just repeat that. Whenever we place a trade, we don't hope that we are going to gain from it, but we are sure that we are going to gain from that trade based on the strategies applied. Now, for those who are not already in the course, in the MTS course, for those who are already in the MT course, you should be able to know that what is going to be our approach when you place a trade. For those who are not yet our MTS students, you might be wondering, how special is this course? You've been keep on talking about that course, how different it is as compared to some other courses out there. I would say that when you go to some other courses, in most cases, what is going to happen is that the coach or the guru is going to teach you what they prefer, what they have been using, and then what works for them in order for them to gain their so-called profits in their trades. That is absolutely fine, okay? Because personally, to be honest with you, myself, I tended to a few courses, a few of them, to understand how they made their massive profits in the market, how they trade, what the strategies that you use, which is, I would say that it's cool, it's knowledgeable, but the question here is that, does it makes me money? I would say not really. I ended up paying a lot of tuition fees back to the market, okay, by using those strategies. Now, simply because, okay, I know after some quite a few years of journeys of tradings, I do understand that strategies plays an important part of it. Now, another important part when it comes to trading is going to be your mindset. Now, let me just give you one example. If I have like two students placing the same trade on the same coin at the same time, it will end up one student benefits from it, the other student might lose the trade. How does that happen? The strategy used is the same, the timing is the same, the coin is the same, but why one person can benefit as compared to the other? Now, it's all about the mindset. Now, in meta trading strategy course, I'm going to talk about not only one strategy that I use, but I'm going to teach you like 13 strategies for you to choose from, whichever strategy that might suits your trading style. Because different people, they have different preference when they come to trading. Okay, I always believe that. So that's why I give you an options. I give you 10 strategy plus three bonus strategy I love to use, and I will give it together. So in total, you have like 13 strategies for you to choose from. And of course, you are going to have a direct support from myself. Okay, I'm not going to just leave you alone once you have just signed up, because that happens to a lot of courses that I've attended to. The moment I sign up, I'm alone, So trading journey is very alone when you don't have a group of enthusiasts that has the similar intention like you did. Okay, so I was alone. I don't know whom to ask. I do not know whom should I share this with. I do not know whom should I share when I excite with the excitement that I got here. So it is like really lonely, and I do not have the support. I can't access to the teacher himself directly. I just need to go through some class representative, like the class monitors, some stuff like that, to ask some questions that I don't understand. So now in MTS course, you are going to have a direct access to me right away, and it's going to be a very intact closed group support right here. Okay. Now, just give me a second. I think some of you guys has been asking how to join this live session. Just give me 1 second. Let me just reply to this. All right, my apologies. Okay, let us continue. Okay, now, yeah, back to the question. Should we trade right now? This is going to be the best time, ladies and gentlemen. Take this opportunity to take a close look at it. Cryptocurrency is going to bring you a massive profits and returns if you know what you are doing. Okay, don't just dive in and jump in the wagon and just place your hard-earned money into that and ended up losing. Please don't do that. Okay, make sure you know and understand what you're trying to do, what the strategies to apply, when you should place a trade, when you should collect your profit. Okay, make sure you did that. If you're unsure or you're not sure what you're going to do, you have a certain amount of funds that you would like to try to invest in, I would say talk to me. Okay, I will give you some advice. Okay, if you say that I can't afford to join your class yet, okay, No worry, no worry. You can just try to invest yourself some small amount of funds. Just experience that first, okay? You can just ask me like how you place a trade. For those who would like to just try on your own, okay, you are feel free to do that, okay? Feel free to do that. I will just include my Bybit link down the below this videos right here. You can just download and install the exchange or the platforms that I use to trade, which is Bybit, which is awesome. It has the lowest fee rate ever as compared to the other exchanges out there. You can just register for a free account, and if you meet your deposit requirement, you might going to get like up to $4,000 of free USDT for you to trade. Of course, you can't withdraw that money. You can use it to trade as well. So basically, it's just free money for you. Okay, so you can just register for your free account, and yeah, you can just try to trade yourself. Okay, just get a feel of it. Okay, hopefully you don't lose too much. Okay, so please don't try a huge sum of money. Just put in some small sum of money and just give it a try. Okay, cool. Now let's just move on, guys. Now, another common question that has been asked by some of the students out there, and also some of the potential students who already been investing, but they haven't really joined our MTS class, right? They has been asking like how to distinguish the difference between the bear and bull market. Now, the bear and bull market. Now, for those who are uninitiative, who do not know, who are very fresh to cryptocurrency, so these terms might be really new for you guys. Okay, why bear and why bull? Okay, now just going to keep it simple for you guys. Bear is going downwards, bull is going upwards. Okay, for you to remember that. Okay, bulls, you have horns, right? And what bulls like to do, they like to horn people up and like to knock the ass out of someone. Okay, so when people talking about bull market is going upwards. Okay, now when a bull market happens, everything tends to be good, so you can see that the appreciation of coin is going to happen right there. But does that means I can only invest or trade whenever there's a bull market? Now, as a trader, no. Okay, we will be able to benefit it either going up or down. It doesn't matter. Okay, as I mentioned before, right before this, being a trader, that's the best part of it. I don't care whether the market move up or down. I can still gain my massive profit from it by riding the trend, because the trend is the king right here. All right, now let's move on to the next question. Okay, up to now so far for you guys, okay, do you have any question to ask up to this moment? Have any question to ask? Okay, feel free to type in the questions. I know that some of you guys are watching right here, and some of you guys are watching this as a replay. If you have any question that you would like to know at all, just type into the comment section. I will try to answer those to my best of my ability, to just help you to just clear your mind. Okay, because I do understand that when you wanted to try a new venture, when it comes to investment, it's going to be really in Cantonese we call it kanjiong, so it's like it's exciting. Okay, and you are unsure whether should you invest in this, should you try this, should you start this. Right now, for those who are already in the MTS course, you already felt that excitement, and who for those who are in this crypto lab group, you saw all those achievements by the students out there, and it is not a hoax, it is not a scam, it is not a platform at all. And unfortunately, just the past 2 days ago, I have been hearing from some of you guys who have been trapped by a platform called TCOPT or something like that. So I'm sorry to hear that, So I would say that that is why I refrain to invest my hard-earned money to any platform at all. That is the main red flag for me. Whenever I heard that, wow, platform, no, I'm sorry, So unless you can prove to me, or you can show me the any results that is better than the result that I'm getting right now. Okay, a lot of them try to pitch me from Messenger. They've been dropping it. So you know what? I got this awesome platform that gives you a daily return of up to like 10% every day. I say, what? 10%? Are you serious? 10% only? He said, like, what do you mean? I said, I've been getting like what, 1,000%, 2,000%, up to like 4,000% in less than 24 hours. As you compare to like what, 10%? So who wants that 10% when you can get like 4,000% or 2,000%, for instance? All right. So I will just show them the results. Okay. The screenshot of my Bybit trading exchange. Then yeah, that's it. Straight away there was no news after that. Now you see all these platforms right there. Why I don't trade in platforms? It's just pretty simple. After some few bad experience. Okay. I think like two years back, I've been trying to invest in some platforms, namely those platforms like a few of them like Rostax, GainHub, Media, Troncase, for instance. So all these platforms, when you don't have the ability to control your funds, when you do not know where your fund is, when you place your money, although you can see it right there, but you do not know what is going to happen to your fund on the very next day. Okay. Unlike trading, it is all controlled by yourself. You place your trade right there. You saw your money goes into there. You saw your money works for you, and you are in absolute control of your fund. Whether you want to stop the trade, you want to take out that money and use it, it's fine. Because you can see it. The activities are there. No one is going to take it. There's no third party involved right here. It is only between you and your fund directly. That is why I love trading that much. So after some bad experience in trading, investing in platforms, I take a plunge to move out from platforms. Okay, no more platform for me. Anyone who tried to pitch a platform, I'm saying I'm sorry. Maybe it works for you, so hopefully it will be still there tomorrow. Okay, so this is what we call the rug pull. Just like hopefully it'll be there tomorrow. So I'm sorry for those who have been affected. Now I guess past experience doesn't really stop you from moving forward. Okay, so now let's move forward, look forward. There are better opportunity right there that gives you more control and better returns. Some I call it like there will be you won't be able to encounter these possibilities or opportunity if you haven't go through this bad experience. You won't appreciate it. If I'm going to tell you that, what, I am going to give you this amount of return, a fixed return on every day. And for those who are new, they will think that, wow, no, I don't need to do anything. I just place my money right there, and I will be able to collect my daily profits. And after a week, I can withdraw that. But think about this. Okay, what if you place your money? Yes, you can see your accumulations of your funds over there. After a week, you make your first in withdrawal. Okay, so you will see that, wow, this platform is legit. I can make my withdrawal, so no one bluffing me right there. So you keep on placing more funds. Okay, so that is where the traps is going to happen. Okay, the moment you place more funds into it, then hopefully it will grow through time. And after 2 weeks, and you've been withdrawing that, maybe third week, maybe the fourth week, maybe it will happen, maybe it will not happen. Maybe the next day the platform is no more there. Who you are going to look for? Okay, so it's going to be a very risky business, I would say. Now you might be asking as well, now if I'm going to trade, will the exchange go burst? Will Bybit go burst? Okay, I can't guarantee that, but that is also one of the reasons why when you come to trading in exchange, you're going to pick those exchange that has the most funded exchange out there. And Bybit, if I'm not mistaken, is one of the top 20 exchange out there, one of the top 20. So for me, I love Bybit because it gives me a very good low fees as compared to the rest of the more famous exchanges out there, such as like Binance and Hobby, Kraken, and whatsoever. All right. So yeah, choose the right exchange in order for you to maximize your profits. Okay. And to distinguish between a bear and bull market, I teach that very detailedly in a step-by-step manner. How do you identify the trades and the trend of the market, whether it's going up or going down, and what you should do by riding these trends? Okay, so for those who haven't joined the MTS class, I would advise you to take a serious look at it. The reward is going to be awesome. Okay, it's sweet. Okay, all right, now let's move on to the next frequently asked question: how to grasp the right trend and method to achieve better returns. Now, which method should I use? How to identify the trend, which is you already did in the course, for those who are already in the course right there. Now, how to grasp the right trend, okay? Now, from the, I believe like for those who are already trading, you should know how to use trading view chart for you to view those coins, and in order for you to understand the trending movement of the chart of that particular coin, we are using trading views, right? Now, from trading views, there are plenty of informations that we are able to get there. But the thing is that, are you using those informations to favors you in your trade? That is going to be the main questions right here. What does it mean with all these candles moving up and down? What is going to make by projection? Which time frame should I look for? Now, all these things also I will be trying to teach you on a step-by-step manner, how you are going to benefit from this data that you achieve from those chart reading. Okay, so with that being said, once you understand the trend, then you are going to apply some backtesting on the 13 strategy that is already in the course, understand them, and you identify which strategy that works best during that time. Okay, that is going to be the right methodology of approach right there. Okay, then always, how to start with a small amount of money and still get a larger return. I'm not very rich, you see, so I only have this much for me to start trading. Now, is it okay? Should I start small? Now, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure you start small. Now, even though you say like, I wanted to give it a try. I have like $1,000 that I would like to give it a try. Just dump in this $1,000 and see how it goes. And I would say, please don't do that. Okay. Hi, Balan. Good morning. I'm just saw you. Finally, you are here. Hey, good morning to you. Good morning to you. Now, for those who are watching this live right now, just say hi to me. And for those who are watching this on the replay, please hashtag replay, and you can just drop your question, whichever question you'd like to ask me. I will try to answer that to my best of ability. Okay. Now, if you have like some funds for you to trade, okay, now should I put everything in? Okay, in Cantonese, again, we call sai lang, or you place everything in show hand, okay, and hopefully that the trade will works and I make back my investment. So please don't do that, okay, because when you are still new to trading, you haven't have that mental stability for you to look at numbers that is going to scare you. Now, let me just give you some example. Let's say you have like $1,000 that you would like to try. You dump in that $1,000. Okay, doesn't mean that it will shoots up immediately. That give you like a thousands of percent of return immediately. It might not. The trending movement of a market, it will go up, it will go down, it will go up again, it will go down lower, it will go up again. Now, let's just imagine this. Okay, you put that $1,000 in your trade. Okay, then the next moment when you turn on your phone or turn on your computer, you're gonna see like what, negative 200% running in loss. What you're going to do? Okay, now as for most cases, okay, most of us, what we will do, we are going to cut it off. We are going to kill the trade. Okay, you're going to kill the trade in losses. Now, when you kill the trade in losses, what you're going to do, you have like $1,000, you place in the trade, you have like negative 200 that is running on losses. You take that balance of that $800 out. Okay, you will say that, oh, luckily I have saved my $800 rather than losing everything into that trade. The next moment you realize, the moment you kill that trade, the price went back up again. Okay, that mostly is going to happen. Okay, it happens a lot of time to a lot of us. Okay, that is also why the tables of the liquidations of Ethereum in the past 24 hours, that explains why. Because we don't have the mental stability for you to receive all those figures that might scares you. Okay, when you saw like a negative 200 in red, then everybody is going to panic and just kill it off. So eventually, you not only you are trying to become a bad trader, but eventually you will become a serial killer of killing off trades, kill, and absorb all the 100% of that losses, right? So please don't become a serial killer. Okay, we just wanted to enjoy the profits from our trades. All right. Now, start with a small amount. Always start with a small amount. Okay, now the reason why you need to start with a small amount, because we are not going to try to look at the profit that much first initially. The very first thing that you should gain when you just started trading, it is not the money yet. You will start to gain your confidence first and get familiarized with all the strategies, because you have like 13 strategies for you to play around with. Get familiarized with strategies so that you gain enough confidence. You saw good numbers, you saw good return. Wow, my small trade can achieve to like 100%, 200%, 300, 4, 5,000%, 2,000%. Gain that confidence first. That is going to be the most utmost important ROI, I would say, because the time that you have invested to study the strategy, the time that you have invested to understand the course, that is going to be a certain level of ROI as well. And that ROI comes in the form of confidence. Now, once you be able to reach that level of confidence already, then only you can say that I kind of like familiarize with the strategy that I would like to use, and I kind of like understand the movement of the trade right now. So you will be able to anticipate what is going to happen the moment when you place a trade. So very first thing that you should gain here is not the money yet, but the confidence. So that's why always start small first. Got it? Okay, so start small before you kind of like compound all those profits that you made right there into your trade. Okay, so slowly you increase your wallets right there. Okay, now for me, in my case, I'll be able to easily double up the size of my wallet in within a week time. It's just possible, guys. It's just possible. Hi guys, for those who are watching this, just say hi to me. At least I know you're watching this live together with me. And for those who are watching this as a replay, please hashtag replay in the comment section, and you can just drop me any question that you would like to know and you would like to ask. I'll try to answer to all those questions right there to my best of ability. Okay, now let's move on to the next question, the frequently asked question, right? The market right here. And let's see. Okay, what are the next thing that normally people ask, if I, especially for those that are new to trading, okay, so then they say that when I invest into this, okay, how much can I gain and how much potentially I will lose, okay, how much I will lose my money. Okay, now when you invest into it, you are going to expose yourself to risk for sure. Okay, it's risky. And future tradings are just as risky as you are driving a car. Now, for example, like today, you are driving a car, and there is a risk that the car might just, have some a tire puncture, or maybe some rocks just roll down and just hit your car, or maybe another car just hit your car. Okay, so there are risks in anything at all. The moment when we take the first step out of our house, there is already risk. And even though when you don't go out from your house, there is also risk. Okay? When you don't do anything at all, there is a even higher risk. Okay, now as long as you understand what you are trying to do right here, okay, I'm just going to take the example of driving a car. Okay, driving a car is risky. Now there's some who experience an accident before, they might have this phobia of driving the car again on the road. Right now, if you understand how to control the car, how to navigate the car, what is going to be your actions when things happens, how you're going to face the problem, how you're going to avoid accidents from being happen, okay, by having some safety precautions before that, then the risks are, I call it, manageable risk. Now same goes to trading as well. If you don't understand what you're trying to do, if you are just hoping that trade is going to win and profitable, that is not trading, that is gambling. Okay, now gambling, it is not a thing that we are looking forward for. Gambling is a no-no in trading. We don't gamble. We don't just shoot and pray. We don't just place our hard-earned money just hoping that it will win. Okay, but eventually it will not. All right, so we don't look at gambling. We need to understand what you're trying to do, what is the risk that what are the potential risks that you're going to face. Okay, if I lose this amount of trade, okay, can I accept it? If I win this amount of trade, how can I accept it, and what am I going to do? So all these risk management studies, all this an aspect when you come to reward management, how you are going to reward yourself from that, how you're going to make sure the best leverage to choose from, and also your mindset management also is going to be very, very super important. All right. So these are the things that I'm going to talk about in a much more a detail in the course. And of course, eventually we are going to have a regular conversation as well. I'm trying to going to make this session as frequent as on a weekly basis. I guess Sunday time is going to be the best. It's early in the morning, and unless for those who would like to do some chores, and of course there are plenty of us which is like not from Malaysia. Okay, they might be watching this as a replay. Okay, now if you have any question at all, that any doubts at all, even though you haven't joined our MTS class, no worry, you can just drop me some questions in the in the Facebook group, or maybe you want to just send me a DM to understand a little bit more about the course and how we can actually help you out with that. And just any question that you would like to know, I will try to attend to all those questions as much as I can, because I am not only answering to one person. There are plenty of questions that I might need to attend to in regards, especially after the MTS course has been launched. Okay, it has been getting some response from the crowd, and some of them has been asking, what's the difference between these courses that I have attended to before and compared to your MTS class, and how much can I earn, how much will I potentially lose, and stuff like that. So I do understand that you have a lot of questions in your mind. How can you afford this class, and stuff like that. So there are plenty of things that you would like to know. No worry, just drop me a questions and drop me a DM. I will try to answer to those questions as much as I can. Okay, now right after this video, okay, I'm not trying to brag too much. I'm not going to drag the session too long. I guess 45 minutes is just enough. I guess like it's a little bit too long as well. I try to make it as short as possible, but eventually those questions just pull up the time. Okay, so I'm going to try to make it as regular as possible on a weekly basis. And if you have any suggestion at all to improve this crypto talk session on a weekly session, please also, I would like to listen from you guys, what you think I can improve in this or weekly short crypto talk, or what are the things that you would like to know about, what are the topics you want me to talk about, and also what are the things that you would like to discuss in the next crypto talk. Please drop me a comment as well in this video, and also please send me some message if you would like to know more about the MTS course. And as I'm going to promise, after this video, I'm going to give you my Bybit link right below the comment of the comment sections of this video. Find the comment from myself. You can download the free Bybit account for you to just give it a try, but please try it with a small amount first. Okay, if you do not know how to create that account, go to the guide section in the Facebook group, where I will guide you how to create your account, how to fund your account, and how to place the first trade in your Bybit account. Okay, so go to the section, the guide section in the Crypto Lab Facebook group after you have created your free Bybit account from there, and just try it out on yourself. Okay, and hopefully you don't try it with a huge amount, just for you to get a feel of it. What is the feeling of trading? Okay, what should I do and what should I not do? But of course, that is what I'm going to talk about in the strategy part in the MTS course, for you to just maximize your potential when it comes to trading. Okay, so I guess that's it for today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining this session. Yeah, I've been enjoying sharing all these contents right here so far. If you have any suggestion for improvement, please do let me know, so that I will now getting better every time when we have this crypto talk right here. Okay, so thank you very much again, ladies and gentlemen. For those who are watching this, thank you so much for your time, and also have a great weekend ahead. I will see you next week. Okay, bye.